White fuel, break.
Doing a good job. Fisher's rolling the 5 all the way, and keeping it all the way alive. And you got that radio sounding superb. Hello, Mr. B, Motormouth Mall, you West Coast beast. Right there, right now, I got down record breaker.
All right, all power. I'm gonna get my knees in the breeze. I heard somebody say I might even be plugging ears in the freaking Bahamas over there too. I might even be plugging ears in the Bahamas. All power, 12 in the valley. Now. It ain't for one or two, it's for the whole crew. 12 is gone. At will, I'm gone. 300 say bye.
Breaker. Everybody in the convoy got a copy on one.
That's a Big 10-4. Waiting for my old pal, Big Radio 549 in Texas to get on out there and play some audio. But I don't think Mother Nature's quite ready just yet. But she's getting there. Radio station DX1 Boston. Yeah, Zen 4 on the Quebec, and how the band starts opening up there in Quebec and works its way into the Maine, Vermont, northern New England area. 10-4.
Hey, good news. I'll bum it down one more time while I'm passing through the radio room. Hey, good news on the sand pile. 639 Arizona waving. Because like I know Mother Nature to good news, I just like I know Mother Nature to good news, no doubt about it. Hey, good news, if you got a sloppy copy, I'm just going to throw a wave your way while I was walking back through the radio room. 639 Arizona said it.
Good morning to you out there around the stick-up patch.
Same here, man. Gotta get up the tower, get another antenna hung for another band. Bump it down on you later. Good news. 639, back gone.
Train driver, hello, John C. Thomas. Motor mouth mall heard you. Said break.
I should say good afternoon, because after midday now back.
I couldn't tell what you said, but I heard you. John C. Thomas from Skull Break. I got many. Hey, 212. I ain't got many. I ain't got copies. The other guys got here. These don't complain about the driver. Train driver. Break. That's what I heard right there. Train driver. If you got a grip, I got down. Bye. Take care, 7-3s. I'll be back on the side. I'm going to read the mail Frisco a bit. I'm going to go grab me some coffee, and I'll be back in a little while. Radio station Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Got down right there, breaker. Hey, 212, you got a hammer down out here. Bye, train driver. Bye. I ain't got one. I took 212. I'm going to go do some work
Northwest corner, reading the line.
Hello to you. One more time, 212. Motormouth Mall cruising. They got down right there, breaker. And there's your 12. Okay, sounds good. Appreciate you letting me know what's going on in your radio.
Say bye. Hey, 212, the most interesting man, West Side. Click, I'll see you.
Young Snoop Dogg, Motormouth Mall, right back at you, Young Snoop Dogg. Well, you got that
7, Black Eye, Dirty Sanchez is right back. Motor Mouth, the boy, the California.
I had to coming up in here. I was looking at about 100 watts of reflex, which I never seen on this frequency.
Bye.
There's still some weird stuff, and the coax is being blown by the wind and moving over closer to one of the Rutland directors. So I was just like, what?
Good morning, Tom T, Judge in the courtroom. Good morning, Judge in the courtroom. Dirty Sanchez is right back.
So, yeah, it was happening to me yesterday there too, Snoop Dogg. Radio station, motor mouth, all cruising. They got down, breaker.
Sacramento, good. You got down off the shot right there. Around California, come back up on my radio and make things real rough.
29, standing by.
Take it easy, take good care, man. Motivate easy at all.
Take care, Josie. I'm a wave and get out the way. 300.
It's long-winded. Now the Grand Big Roger, my friend, sounding good. Oh, hey, Josie, I just heard you out there. I thought I'd pump it down and say hello. And I'm the easiest thing on back. Old 300 monitoring the band. I'm back quiet. Okay. Boy, you sounding good, too. Hey, Josie, you know I love it when you sound that way. Take care, my friend. Good day.
24-7 downtown Columbus. Dirty Sanchez is right back.
All good again, so that's what happened to me yesterday. Same doggone thing. Ain't no doubt about that. Snoop Dogg, mouth ball cruising. They got down, breaker.
Why not? I know I don't have the best of conditions, but we're going to get in there and give it a try. Hello, train.
Well, he hollered for me one time, and I haven't heard him since. 24-7. He hollered for me one time, and I haven't heard him since. 24-7. Dirty Sanchez is right back.
Now we're just going to
Time 10, driver. Good morning, 10, driver. Miss I Sacramento, standing by.
Anderson at Gusto Line. I was just saying I'm going to find them. No doubt about that. Now, I guess no. Take care of
Hello, my friend, in the courtroom up there around Cincinnati, Ohio.
Dirty Sanchez is back quiet.
Good morning, driver. Good morning. Driver, Mississippi 918. Old machine gun plane standing by.
Yeah, 410 Judge in the courtroom. Judge C. Thomas seemed to think I called him. I didn't call you, Judge C. Thomas. I called Judge in the courtroom in Cincinnati, Ohio. But you way up here and you answering this call. Hello to you, Judge C. Thomas. I did not call you, but you all up in my radio. And hello to you, Judge in the courtroom 300 waving. I'm back quiet.
The fighters right there. Oscar in the can. Bye.
Bye. I'm the train driver.
Somebody got a 918, but I can't hear it, man. But train driver.
Tell you what, you was all by yourself that time. Hey, Judge C. Thomas, you say you don't need the judge in the courtroom today. You say you can take the day off. Judge C. Thomas, I guess you the supervisor of all the judges, and you say judge in the courtroom don't have to come to work today. He can stay up there in Cincinnati.
Somebody's got to do it, you're doing it. You take care. 24-7. Dirty Sanchez is back quiet.
Hotel, you say give me a call about 5 o'clock this afternoon, and you'll let him know if he has to come in again tomorrow. You say give him a call about 5 o'clock. Straight
duck fucking train wreck out there this morning. See if I can put this Ghost Rider in mind.
Reasonable way. I'm gonna ask, who shall I ask to get permission to go to Delaware?
Morning time, Scrap Iron. Good morning time, Scrap Iron. One motor mouth mall gonna go take a crap up on you, but say good morning. Hey, Scrap Iron, 27 in this 101 in this 20-footer.
I'm gonna ask one more guy. Who shall I get permission on 270.25 to go to Delaware? Come on. Is that lone strange out there calling? Is that lone strange out there calling audio program, baby? I don't know if he be hearing things or maybe I got it twisted on his ear.
Looks like you got that audio right.
Don't blame it on me, baby. I need your Hey, guys. See you, bye.
Hey, Pete, I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna get on out there and go on 27. Pete in the damn 300.
Oh, you got it on down, too? Yeah, you don't have to come back because I come back. You got 60 BB game laying up in that region. That's a little Indian region. 24/7
Morning time, P-Train. I think you said P-Train in the van. Man, you guys all stuck down there around Southern Cal, man. Let me bring you up here around Northern Cal. We got some better air. Hey, P-Train in the BAM, 27, Sacramento, Cal, looking.
You got the key on Black Jones, too. I can't hear Black Jones, but you got the key.
Click, click, my friend. Click, click. Thomas Talk Show, you gotta give him a call, and you gotta ease on out the way. Take care of 212. Back in the bushes. You smoke, Morning time smoking the Carolinas. Hey, morning time smoking the Carolinas, man. We're trying to get the Mother Nature around Northern Cal. Smoking the Carolinas, 27 Sacramento, Cal, looking. Morning time, 27 Indiana. Hey, good morning time, 27 Indiana. Let's see what's going on this morning. 27 Indiana. 27 Sacramento, Cal, looking.
Mother Nature. Listen, man, he's throwing them That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. So people come out there and tell you.
Bye, train driver. What, you getting on out of here already? Hey, train driver, man, you getting out of here already? I just got this duck fucker warmed up. Hello, train driver 27, working this 101 in this 20-footer. Hey, train driver, you said you looking for two keen and down like that, man, ain't nobody gonna hit him. Hey, train driver, you keep keying it down like that, ain't nobody gonna get him. Good morning, time, train driver, while you're doing your thing, you're smoking out there. Okay, I'll get him down.
That's who I work for. Hey, I work for the graveyard. Oh, still funny man. I belong to the LLC family. Up down. Oh, still funny around in Arizona. You always got a job if you're a mortician.
Morning time, dog. Good morning time, dog, around Indiana, man. You got conditions, but so does everybody else. That's the problem. Hey, dog, you got conditions, but so does everybody else. Good morning time, dog, while you out there shaking that bone. 27, Sacramento, Cal, looking. Hey, train driver, you said we're going to call you the dog catcher. Hey, train driver, you said we're going to call you the dog catcher because you're going to catch up that dog and put him in the pound. Hey, train driver, you're smoking in Northern Cal, man. You got me on lockdown. Train driver, 27, getting it down. By 7:14, man, I had to lay down, man. Hey, 7:14, I had to lay up that's a train wreck, but I did hear that go around. Good morning, time, 7:14, 27, Sacktown, waving. Train driver, hey train driver, man, you acting a fool out there this morning. You done knocking everybody out. Hey train driver, you knocking all them duck pluckers out this morning. Train driver, you're smoking. 27 Sacktown.
that for sure. Hey, I know that for sure. I tried to slow it in one bad line. I know it's about to start the power. I hope I got it right. I hope I got it right. Good morning to you. 27-9 on Skill Bus around Arizona. When I get up, come on. Because you know
for lunch, man, sure. And I was thinking all I'm putting my clothes on. I was just tell crew want to go down there.
you're a hot mess, man. You're trying to get some started.
Hey, Rick and Paul. Rick and Paul, Mobile, 954.
Other nations got conditions jumping around from everywhere. Oh man, in the big horn.
Yeah, it's starting to come in there. After I got done eating breakfast, come out here and I saw signals. So obviously it must be in your neck of the woods, obviously. I mean, I'm looking at gentleman's, he's got YouTube up with a live stream on it. He has an SDR up there to see what what's coming in. Apparently I must be, he must be receiving me because I don't have the volume on right now. And what's coming in? Oh, yeah, I guess he does. He must be receiving me. Yeah, I guess he is receiving me. How about that? Yeah, he's over in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's all different. If Windows 10 was on it, it's already on the hard drive, so there is a indigestion from those eggs and bacon. Anyway, you have to go into the, the menu system and then either do a repair or, a format. There's a process. I'm not a computer specialist, so I couldn't really tell you. I just know that there is a procedure in which that you have to go through in order to reload it and wipe out the rest of it, which I did with this computer here, but it's got problems. I need a new one. I don't know, I may order one, I'm not sure. On another note too, that I'm going to have to cancel my trenching job tomorrow because temperature is supposed to drop down into the 50s and rain, so I'm not going to be out there trying to trench in mud. Yeah, well, I think Bill just sent me sent me a text. Yeah, Not real super wide, but, I'm wide enough, obviously. Anyway, I kind of cut back on the low end because I didn't. And although listening to it on an SDR, I prefer analog receiver, but because there's anomalies in SDRs. But hey, I'm listening to it now. I prefer analog receiver, but because there's anomalies. Okay, well that sounds a little bit better on. I cut back the low end about 3 dB because it seemed like it was a little too heavy. But anyway, you were talking to somebody else there, Dennis. Who was that you were talking to? Okay. All right. Well, very good. Well, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just come out here and heard, actually had some pretty good signals from both of you about S9 or somewhere thereof. So definitely got conditions to the New Hampshire and Vermont area. There we go. But anyway, was he going to come over and take a gander at that, Henry, or was he going to pass?
Greg. Roadrunner says hello from Massachusetts. Hello? Anybody copy the Roadrunner from Massachusetts?
Oh yeah, I understand. Oh yeah, I get that entirely. Anyway, there's another station out there. I'm gonna go ahead and let them go. Go ahead, station. Oh, I thought there was somebody breaking out there. Somebody breaking out there. Go ahead. Nope. I guess he just did a quick brake check and left. He gave me a link to his YouTube. Roger that. Yeah, I saw some of those back some years ago. You know, for HF, I used to listen, quite a bit, but that's been some time back. But anyway, yeah, that's basically how it works, I suppose. Yeah, I got about an S6 on you. At times S7, somewhere's about that. Probably getting a little bit more on me, I imagine. Yeah, it still sounds like a little low end in there. I don't want to sit here and play, move settings around and stuff, but it seems a little heavy. Hold on here. I have the right specs on here. Let's try. Take another 2 dB out. I'll see what that sounds like. It seemed a little too heavy on the bottom end for me. Monotoned is what it sounded like. But anyway, good signals and, oops, heavy on the bottom end for me. Oh yeah, monotoned is what it sounded like. But anyway, good signals and, yeah, that sounds a little bit better. That. Oh, yeah, got an email. How about that? No, yeah, I'll fiddle with it more when I get it all set up in the house. Because I'll have to redo it anyway. Excuse me. Once you move this stuff around, accidentally bump any dials. It takes about 15 minutes or so to go through my audio curve on the EQ. The rest of the stuff is pretty simplistic. As far as your multiband compressor and the RP583, that's got a particular setting on it, so it's not like it has to be critiqued. It's pretty easy. Just the EQ. EQ takes a little bit, but you know all that stuff because you're the audio king, right? Yeah, I try to keep everything segregated. Don't like to mix and match. I like to keep all the blurry stuff all together and as much as possible. I would have liked to have moved the EQ in a different area, but yeah, it's all right. Once you set it, it's usually good. Till of course the tube, you replace the tube or change a microphone or something on those lines. Anything that you change out of the audio chain, then of course you got to re-critique your EQ, your curve, because then things are a little bit out of kilter. Yeah, when you're feeling it, man. When I'm feeling it there, break. Yeah, okay. Let's do a little bit of the California thing there. And we're going to cruise this baby and see how I'm feeling it there, break.
That's a Big 10-4.
Well, that ain't gonna work all that well then, is it? Well, I guess the band kind of left over there in Massachusetts, because, there I am. There it comes back up again. It's got, got that delay thing going on there. But I think there was a break out there. I'm gonna go ahead and let him go. Go ahead, break. Well, I guess not. They just don't stay long enough. I guess they just want to hit it and go.
Well, only running low power over here this morning. Probably about 150 peak. Not sure if the big radio down here in Texas is hearing this little PW this morning. RadioDx1.
RadioDx1. Yeah. Actually, I didn't get enough time to pull up my program in order to record you, but that's all right. I'm gathered up now, and at some particular point, I'll just, as they say, slap it on you.
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, and you'll have to tell me what I should retune up there on the dual band EQ. Because what I'm hearing it off the SDR, which is going to be a little on the overloaded side, signal-wise, so it's not really going to be the real deal. But if we have decent conditions, you should be getting a earful of this little peanut whistle station down there around your neck of the woods. Don't have the big box on just yet. Maybe in a little while we'll flip that on if need be. Maybe you can tell me what kind of signal you're getting down your way, Gad. Yeah, roger on that. Okay. Yeah, we're down here. Let me just get this retuned. Got that on. Yep. Yeah, we're all set.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I find it kind of interesting that it's okay, having a conversation. And oh, hell, hey, Jim and Jeff, and hey, what's going on? I mean, and then as they're talking, apparently somebody breaks, and he says, "Oh, hold on a second, I think there's a break." What the hell happened when I was talking there? Didn't even bother to break. Just, let's just get her done. Yeah.
I hear ya. Yeah, I don't know. Seems to happen everywhere. Whether it be up this neck of the spectrum or anywhere on the ham bands. Very, very common. What are you going to do? What kind of signal are you getting on this low power station? I want to say on my peaks I'm probably only maxing about 125 at the moment.
I'm about an S5, and I think I'm getting some stuff from 915. If not there from channel 6, but I did take a clip, but it's not the best. Generally before I, do a recording of somebody, I like to have at least an S9 and maybe a little bit better than that, but it's kind of rough. So, here, hold on a second. I gotta turn a little bit. Oh, shit. You know what? Hold on a second here. I gotta turn that off first. Get rid of that. And, let me start this again. And, okay, here we go.
Up this neck of the spectrum or anywhere on the ham bands. Very, very common. What are you going to do? What kind of signal are you getting on this low power station?
Anyway, that's, and it's kind of hard because, we got a lot of trash.
Hello.
Did I lose you there, Bill?
No. Just had to revisit the EQ there and try a couple things. Yep, only running, actually that right there was a peak of 150. Yeah, we don't have the big box on at the moment. It utilizes a outlet for the dryer, and the dryer's being operated. As soon as that's done, we certainly can put the Mark II and let that warm up, and that'll make a bit of a difference on the signal.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, obviously the band's getting pretty busy right now. I don't know if Dennis made it here. I don't know if he looked at his message or not. We had discussed moving further down because this really isn't a very good area. It was okay when I found it, but unfortunately I've got, stuff on either side. If you're running your SDR, I'm sure you can see that. But we'll just have to play it by ear. See how that all goes. Yeah, I understand the thing about the dryer thing. I'm going to do something because I was going to do that when I move over into the house, because I have a run off of the power pole that runs into the kitchen, utilizing the breaker box off the pole going directly to the double ovens, because my wife does a lot of baking. And then, of course, if I had thought about, putting in a sub box just outside of the wall from the ovens, and over to the bedroom, which I'm gonna use for my shack. But then I would have to do exactly what you're doing right now. So I'm talking. In fact, I gotta run here after a while. I think I've got this building sold, and the gentleman that wants to purchase it has about 200. I'm gonna say probably roughly 200, 225 feet. I don't know if you checked the price on that stuff lately, but man. Man, I bought plenty of that stuff, and I remember it was $2.78, and that wasn't but about 4 or 5 years ago. Just astronomical. So, if I can work out a deal with him on that 6.3 wire, I'll probably go ahead and run off of that breaker box off the pole and run it over to the house and set up a sub box and run it over to the shack in the house, because I don't like the idea of having to wait for my wife to get done baking. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, on that. Well, let's see. Number 8 is good for 40. Number 6, 60. So 60 amp. Yeah, that's definitely nothing to complain about. That's good. think your Franken amp is relatively small. I don't recall what else you had going there. I think my 2kW box here is, oh geez, I think I got a pair of 25 amp fuses in there at 240 volt single phase, and no problem. But I want to say, refresh memory, you got like a 5K box or something like that?
No, I've got a Command, which is just the 1200, or yeah, 1250, which I had for a backup. I still got it, but I'm probably going to sell it. And then, of course, my Franken amp. That's really about all I've really got now. The Franken amp is relatively easy to work on. I worked on it many a times. I mean, it was built in the early 60s. And then, of course, it uses the 4-1000s in it. Power supply, that's... it's about 130 pounds, so... Gotta be careful with that when I take it in the house. But that's pretty much about all I've got now.
Yeah, okay. Just looking at the Ameritron up there, and yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that that email that you had sent about the quad. You know, I've talked to a few people about quads, and I'm pretty sure that at some point we had a conversation about quads, because that shit, what was the name of that antenna you tried, and it was a bitch of a time to get those gamma matches going. I got a friend up this way, he's got something similar. I gotta turn that shit down. Yeah, trim a little bit there. I got a friend up this way with something similar, and he says he's had good luck with it, but I don't know. He's going to be upgrading, I believe he said, to a quad of some kind. I forget how many elements, though. Sure is nice to be able to switch back and forth on the polarization. You know, back in the day when I had the 3-element Mako up there on the tower, it was always horizontal when I was doing DX work in stateside and New Zealand, Australia. A lot of fun. Didn't chat too much with anybody local though, but yeah, cubicle quads. There's been a lot of conversation lately about those, and yeah, if you're going to get yourself one, should be pretty good. I want to say the 3-element I have is multiplication times 20 or something like that. So I can only imagine if you had a 3-element quad, it's going to be about the same. Not sure.
Yeah, I only caught part of that. You started falling out on me. Yeah, the quad I'm going to get is a 4-element. I really should have built one. I just really don't have the time. And as somebody was pointing out to me the other day, I said, man, I wish I wouldn't have bought that. But the construction of it is not very impressive. I should have checked into it a little bit more before I pulled the trigger. But I didn't. So that's just something that I'll have to deal with. If I don't like the build on it, then I'll just have to bite the bullet and pull out my aluminum. I've already got a bead on AWG magnetic wire, enamel coated, so I can take care of that. But it takes time to do this, and especially right now, I really don't have time. I'm burning the candle at both ends, and then of course people at work wanting me to come back to work. Yeah, well, I prefer not to, but everybody's in a pinch right now because nobody wants to work, or nobody, they can't find anybody to work, or the wages are too low. You get the idea. I don't know. Especially with everything that's going on right now, it's really kind of a bad time. I told them that I would probably come back and do some, work for them in April. But man, it's just a very bad time right now, especially now and until about the third week of April. There's a lot of different reasons. I have an apiary. I do bees. My bees will have to be split within the next 3 weeks to a month. I'm doing this stuff by myself, so it takes a little bit of time for me to do this, and I can't do it all in just one day.
There it goes. You know how frequency there.
The cattle here are going to have to take over to the slaughterhouse. That's got to be done on a Friday. I mean, there's just so much that I got to do. Plus, the trenching out here, which now I found out it's going to rain tomorrow, so now I'm going to have to cancel that appointment to go pick up the trencher. So I'll have to find out when it is that I can reserve it again. Because I'm not going to go get it, and I'm not going to work in mud. I'm just not going to do it. So it'll just have to be another time. But anyway, I just got a lot of stuff going on, and it doesn't help when somebody's ringing the phone wanting me to go to work.
Yeah, they want you to go back driving?
No, I only caught part of that. Somebody was ripping it up pretty good up on 6. Yeah, they want me to come back full-time or part-time. Right now, they wanted me to go to work tonight. It's like, no, I can't do that. I reserved a trencher, and I've got work I've got to get done. They're pushing that envelope just a little too hard here. I told them that I would come in April, but now, just because I said I'd come back in April. Oh, well, can you help us out just at least this month for this week and this week and this week? And it's like, I can't commit to that. I've got a lot going on right now. They just don't, it's all about them, and it's not about me. I get that, That's typical business.
Yeah. No, I was asking if they're looking for you to go back driving truck.
Yeah, which I prefer not to. I had a wreck last year, and with all the, as a simple accident is just not a simple accident anymore. They find out you got anything, the first thing they're doing is they're hiring they don't hire anybody. You got the ambulance chasers out there, and the first thing they want to do is take everything you got. And believe me, it happens. As it happened to the old man. When I acquired this 50, or actually 60 acres, I lost 50 of it because of his wrongful death suit. It's a frickin' riot. It's a racket. So, I really don't want to go back to driving. People don't realize that just that occupation in itself is an occupational hazard. If you got anything to lose, chances are, if you have an accident, there's a good possibility you will. It's not about what the law is anymore. You need to understand that. It's about what you can convince a jury.
Yep. And, half the time they ain't too friggin' bright.
He kind of fell out on me here just a little bit. Tell you what, let's pick this up here in about I don't know what you got going on here today. I don't have anything really going on here today, and generally I get in here about noon, and of course I'm in here until about the time the band falls out around, it could be anywhere from 3 o'clock to 4:30. But let's take a short recess here, and whenever maybe the clothes dryer will get taken care of, and you'll get some extra electric or availability to electric, and kick up that signal a little bit. 10-4.
Sounds like a big 10-4. Yeah, it should be done just about now. I'm going to go over and take a look.
I'll go check that out, and I'll be in the shack. I got a few things I need to pick up around here and box up so I can move it into the house, but I'll be here. Well, good afternoon to you there, 71 up in the state of Maine. This is KBJ. Well, roger on that. Yeah, it's Sunday, and, like to play radio on the weekends. Take care up in Maine. This is KBJ here in Texas. Hey, Dennis, did you ever make it down here? I was sitting there talking to Bill, and all of a sudden these two guys just jump right in there. Hey, buddy, what's going on? And they're just go on. All of a sudden he goes, hold on a second, I think I heard a break. What happened to the conversation that I was having to the other individual, and you didn't even bother to break, yeah? But hey, I get it. That's America today. Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense too, and I know what you're saying. Simply because I saw the direct burial, because that's what they got run into that sub box into the garage. When you sent the pictures to me, I was thinking about that myself. And, I don't know what your codes are there. We don't have any codes here, so, we can Frankenstein stuff out here. It wouldn't matter. But you very well could be correct. They run out of the box, and then they, they run conduit down into the ground, and then, of course, they just do direct burial. Not in any conduit at all. So, yeah, that'd be something to check out, because that'd be a pain in the ass. 6-3 wire. I mean, you're still talking, it's just crazy, man. I mean, you're talking $1,030, you know, for 150 foot of 6-3 wire. That's just crazy. I mean, I bought a lot of wire over the years, and it hadn't been too long ago, man. It wasn't, this stuff's just nuts. You know, what cost, the stuff I run into the house, you know, your, double-odd, for house power. I have 100, it was 100 and, what was it? I think it was 125 feet from the pole, you know, up into the breaker box in the house. And that was 4 strands. And back then, now this hadn't been all that long ago. I mean, I moved out here, 5 years ago, 4 years ago? And it was $1,000. You almost have to multiply that times 3 right now. This is crazy. I haven't looked at let's see what I can find. I doubt, damn it. I think it's probably, let's see here. Well, you know, it's $3.87 a foot for a single strand, dude. And Yeah, I know.
DC, they're on the Beltway, or fixing to be on the Beltway, but I ain't too familiar with Washington, DC.
Wazoo. But, well, and he's a banker, so, you know, he's probably got more money than most. But the cost effectiveness of building a home today is, man, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't want to be building a house right now, especially if I had to do, had to have a mortgage on it. There is no way. No way.
Yeah, Roger on that. Well, you know what? This first time I had decent conditions over here for a while. But Kodiak, we'll get it back a lot stronger as weeks go by.
Roger on that. Well, Kodiak, I guess I better get off here because there's a bunch of them coming in on me. So I guess I better get out of the way and let y'all have it.
Gotta do what you gotta do. I get it.
None of it,
An hour and a half to work. Yeah, that makes it really rough. And then you sold your motorcycle, so that, I get it.
Got my door open.
I don't go anywhere, so it doesn't really bother me. And if I go to work, you know, it's only 13 miles from the house, so it's not a real big deal. However, it was in the past. They'd have me come to work and then, turn around and send me home because they couldn't get the product ready in time. It's like, hey, whoa, wait a minute here, man. You got to pay me for something here. I drove all the way, took the time to drive in all the way to work, and I'm prepared to go to work, and now I'm going to be up all night because you don't have any work for me. And you're going to send me home, and you're not going to pay me? No. That's not how it works. Yeah, I hate that shit. Well, I told him that I would be back in April, but man, I mean, as soon as I let that out, the next voice that, on the other end of the line goes, well, can you work for us this month? Just 1 or 2 days a week. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. No, man, I mean, I told him, I said, I'm extremely busy. I've got stuff that I've got to get done before April. But it doesn't make any difference to them. It's all about them. It's not about you. I get it. But it's about me. So, they're having a hard time trying to find anybody to do the job. And now they're getting, I hate to say, use the word, this particular description is, trying to think of something else, but they're grasping at strings. They're on a thread. The owners of the place now, they're from the UK, and the majority of the people that were there, as far as if you want to use the phrase bigwiggers or description, they all retired. They said, piss on this, I'm out of here. When the new people, when they purchased it. So now it comes down to the ones that used to be the peons. Now they have the, they have the upper titles now. And they can't seem to figure out how to make things work. So, I don't know. They're getting desperate. So, I'm not going to get roped into doing anything I don't want to do anyway. But you know that. Yeah, that's right. I think there's a distant break out there. Go ahead. "112, what'd you say, BF City?" I didn't copy that. Okay, you're over around Central Park around New York City. Okay, very good. Well, good afternoon to you over there. I am in between San Antonio and Houston, south of I-10, here in Texas. Well, 10-4 on that. Well, it's not, and I enjoy talking to guys out on the East Coast. But a lot of those guys up on Channel 6, they rip up the whole band, and it makes it hard to talk to, a lot of people on the East Coast at times. But I'm getting a lot of stuff from Channel 6, and I can catch bits and pieces of you, so I'll go ahead and turn you loose for right now. Have a fantastic Sunday over there in NYC. This is KBJ, short for Kicker Back Jack, here in Texas. Take care. Roger that. Yeah, well, when the propagation gets going good, you can just about talk anywhere, providing that the propagation is good. I mean, 2 watts, 3 watts, quarter watt, and not much of an antenna at times. And that's pretty interesting stuff you got going on there at the apartment complex, facing west, on the first floor. All right, buddy. Well, you take care, and I'm not in an apartment complex. I'm actually out in the middle of a pasture. Yeah, cow pasture. Yeah, I do cattle and other livestock. But anyway, you take care in NYC. This is KBJ. You're still in business. Moo? Hey! Just a second, Todd. Well, I heard Todd jump in there. So let Todd have the floor. What's going on, Todd? Roger that. Yeah, I don't know if you've been following very much longer, for very long. A lot of crap going on. Things. It's almost time for an adult beverage. Let's just put it that way. Oh man, that's never good. That's bad. I went through that once. Sorry, still got indigestion. I went through that once. My dog had bit somebody, not really necessarily intentionally. It just happened that way. Oh my God, they blew that shit out of proportion. I had to go find the rabies tag. I couldn't remember where the hell I put it. And, of course, the law come out, and oh my God. I found it. And, of course, that was all fine and good. Then they wanted to sue me. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? For a scratch like that? Oh my God, yeah, I know how that stuff works.
Hey, will you tell Watermelon Man old Wolfie's still alive? Hey, Watermelon Man. How about you, Watermelon Man, old Wolfie? And not on this frequency, hell, everybody left. Ain't nobody to talk to but myself.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah, well, it gets kind of serious when you get bit in the face. That's terrible. Man, I'm sorry to hear all that. And then, of course, you got the upset of the family. Yeah, because obviously the whole situation is within the family. Yeah, that just makes it all nine kinds of rough. Oh yeah, I agree. We don't think twice about that. I don't know how many times I think there's probably been 1, 2, 3. I think 3 times in 30 years that we had to, personally put, 3 dogs down. Not necessarily for biting anybody. They were attacking, they were striking out at other animals that live in the same, you get it. You can't have aggressive animals. You just can't do it. So anyway, 3 of them we had to put down. We put them down ourselves, and unfortunately, it's kind of a sad thing, but take it over to the vet and have them put them down for $75 is just be, I'm not doing that. 2 cents worth of lead will take care of it.
Catch you later. Thank you, Montana. Good talking to you. 70 degrees, Montana. Oh, whoopee. Waterbound back, go to sidebound. I probably talked to him.
Oh boy. Yeah, well, I'm glad I went through that. I know how that is. And, I don't wish that upon anybody. But we don't have, we don't usually have that many visitors, so we don't have that problem. Nobody comes to see us because we live way out in the middle of BFE. And the only people that come out here is either sheriff's department or the neighbor, to say, hey man, cattle got in your pasture. Comes over, says, hey, we got some cattle on the loose. We think they're yours, that kind of thing. But we don't have that particular issue, thank God. Oh man. Yeah, that sucks. Now I wouldn't want to be going through a series of rabies shots. Oh man, that's rough. Oh yeah, well, it's just something you all gonna have to work through. I hate it when stuff like that happens. I don't know. I kind of hate it when I have anything that has to pertain to the law. Because, I mean, you got to go out of your way to take care of that matter, and man, it messes all kinds of stuff up. Or it can. Not necessarily all the time, but especially if you're busy. You got other things to do. Irregardless, it wouldn't make any difference. I would rather be watching the grass grow than have to deal with something like that.
Audio drive. Hey, watermelon man, old Wolfie on the flat side. Yeah, but he's over.
And 4 on that. Well, I got a break out there. Let him go. Go ahead, break. Yes, sir. Sure can. Who we got there? This is KBJ down here in Texas.
Yeah, down in Texas.
I'm sorry, there was 2 of you coming in there. I believe it was Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Roger on, Mike from Maine. Well, I'm Eddie down here in between San Antonio and Houston, south of I-10.
How about you, watermelon man? Old Wolfie trying to get your radio.
Okay, Mike. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm talking to some friends I've known for which I was reminded the other day since 2010. So they live, some live in New Hampshire and some live up in Vermont, but they're relatively close to the, to the line. So with that being said, take care there, Mike. Have a wonderful Sunday up in Maine. This is KBJ.
And that's a Big 10-4.
Yes, it is a Big 10-4 there, Bill. So do you have a final output now?
Yeah, yeah, the pre-driver isn't really happy down here. I don't know. And the Mark II is still in the 28 megahertz slot because the next one down is a 21 megahertz slot. So I'm probably not going to be able to do any better at this level. I'm doing about 1,500 on the plate. If I switch it up to 3,000, 2,800, 3,000, the 400s get red in the face real quick. So I'm not looking to do a Chernobyl.
Well, my 4-1000s, they're always red. But that's, they're made for red. They don't glow, they don't glow amber. They got to be red to be happy. They just do. But, I don't even know what my final output is. Actually, it's kind of down a little bit. Let me touch this up real quick and I'll get right back with you. Just take a second. That's all it takes. Anyway, yeah, I know that, excuse me, I know that some of those, to come this far down, for where it's tapped at in the network, it doesn't, it doesn't like it too much. Mine, I don't have too much of an issue with. It likes it anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at this voltage, they don't seem to have a problem. It's just, I'm just barely tickling 500. So definitely not efficient. But if I flip that switch to 2800, 3000 on the plate, man, I've had those 400s stupidly glowing nearly white. I didn't know any better. Surprised I didn't blow the damn things up. But anyways, so are you hearing us a little bit better?
Yeah, the band's kind of working around a little bit, so it's up and down. You know how it works. I don't remember what you said you had for your final drive. I think it was a... damn it. Was it an Alpha or was it an Ameritra? I don't remember. 1500, I think. Or what was that?
It's a old 1960s 3-400. It's got a pair of those. They also made them with a pair of 3-500s. It's a Swan Mark II ground grid amplifier.
Swan. There's breakout there. I'm going to let him go here in a second. Now, I don't know what the specs are on a Swan, but I would imagine it's probably... we got 400s in it, so it's probably 1200 or something like that. Duty cycle, obviously you know how to figure out duty cycle divided by 4, and that's what your carrier should be, no more than that. Speaking of which, my carrier is a little high. But yeah, I usually run my carrier about 700. You can do the math. But anyway, I'm going to let this breaker go ahead. Go ahead, break. Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. There's a lot in what you said there. There's a lot of truth to that, I can assure you. I've been around for a while, and it seems like it gets worse every year, but I know that there are guys that are trying to, clean things up. I mean, you can sound loud and clear without ripping up the band, but they got that mentality of, the Peter the meter reader. I don't really watch a meter. I mean, I got a scope. I watch my signal. Make sure my signal is as clean as it can be. And then, of course, I add, the audio on top of that. And, yeah, it's more than 100%. It's symmetrical audio. But I don't crank it up like... Some of those guys, they got this so-called asymmetry going on, and that's not really true asymmetry. It's, I'll give you an emulation of it. And it's like, I got down, I'm going to slap it on my grandma. That kind of stuff. When you start doing that kind of shit, then you start ripping up the band. But, hey, you can't tell people stuff. Not in the United States. That's the American way. I'll do it my way, and if you don't like it, hit the road. Well, it's not so much, and I get where you're coming from. There's an old expression that I was taught many years ago. If you put a dirty signal into an amplifier, you're going to get dirty out. So garbage in, garbage out. I run a relatively, I don't run a lot. I mean, I run right at 2,000 to 2,500 watts. But my signal's clean. You can run. Now, it's not legal, like I say, but you can legally do it. You can run, a decent amount of power without ripping up the band. And some of these guys, they just don't understand how to achieve that. it's definitely punchy. It'll get a hold of your ear. I have no problem with that. There is a little bit of a 60 cycle. There's a little bit of a hum in there. Now I recorded it, so I'm gonna play it back to you, and you can hear for yourself. But it's definitely punchy. Here you go.
You say, to me, meters are rough. To me, they give you an idea if you're going forward and back, and that's all I care about. And having decent audio. So what's your opinion on a 50-year-old Browning?
Anyway, that's it right there.
Sorry, my guy. Got up all day up in that northwest corner. Take care, God bless. Watermelon man is gone now. Bye-bye. Boy, right back here, 363. It has been a while. Everything's running up that way.
Okay, buddy. Well, take care of your way. Man, and I'm trying to find somewhere down here. Back during the last cycle, you know, we congregated down here, and you know, during the last cycle, this stuff has all been in storage up until last last spring, and I finally planted a tower in. I sold my other place and I moved out to the farm, and now I've got to move. And now I'm going to move again. Except I'm just moving stuff from because I got a separate building for all my stuff. That's air conditioned and soundproofed and all that jazz. But it's just not cost effective. I'm gonna be retiring in a few years, and my electric bill out here in this building for running AC, and also have to run a dehumidifier because of the particular part of the country I live in. There's a lot of humidity down here. My equipment doesn't like humidity. I don't think anybody's does, but it's just not cost effective. So I'm going to move everything back into the house, and so I was telling everybody earlier, I rented a trencher yesterday or for tomorrow, and it looks like it's going to rain, so now I'm going to have to cancel the reservation on that, and I don't know when that's going to be available again. So. Not only that, the cost of electrical wire is astronomical. I think just about anybody knows that if they've looked at it, price-wise. But anyway, you take care over that way, and I'll go ahead and get here on the side. There's another gentleman up in the in the northern part of Michigan. My voice is going too. And I believe his CB code name was Mohawk, so I will let him go. This is KBJ.
I think I hear you every now and then. I'll catch you later when your mama nature setting up on the lot a little bit. You know who down here in the heart, I'm out.
Roger on the Mackinac Island. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're way up there. I remember years ago, oh geez, what the hell is the name of that bridge up there? I used to pick up paper up there, rolls of paper. Oh, shit. It escapes me. But anyway, been up in that particular neck of the woods. I used to live in Wisconsin, which obviously isn't relatively close to where you're at, but I definitely know what cold is anyway. Lived around Sheboygan and, close to the lake. I didn't mind it there. Taxes are kind of crazy, but and some of the people too, but I guess that's just about anywhere. But yeah. No, I've been doing audio, not forever, but I've been doing it for about, I don't know, since, keep looking up at the wall. I think about 2006. I got into audio. My stuff isn't plug and play. It's not digital stuff. It's all pretty much analog. But you can still achieve a good sound with the SDRs. I mean, they're great. I just like my analog. Everybody uses that term, old school. I just use it's Tesla technology. Marconi stole it. At least that's what I found out the other day. But anyway, back to you.
You got somebody else trying to talk to the northwest corner out there. Gunner, who is that? No, I had that for 9 of them here. Come back to the room. I heard the majority of the side.
State Governor 55.
Northwest corner of Washington. You're making it through.
Well, I don't know a lot about the digi-wigi stuff. I started out with analog stuff. I mean, I do. And I'm getting old. Start talking like an old man. I'm just looking back here. My Anon is still back. My Anon's back here. And of course it's SDR. Dang it. Those guys at work, or where I used to work, it's just this one guy. Anyway, I had that SDR sounding. I'm gonna shut my phone off. Just so you know, Bill, I'm gonna shut that off because there's a guy at work rambling on. Anyway, on the SDR, the Anon, I got it, sounding halfway decent, especially that amp. It's pretty decent little rig. I used it before I got my shack all set up and put this stuff in here. And before you get out of here, give me your email address and I'll send you a link to show you what kind of crap I've got in here. It'll give you a better idea of how things are set up. It's a lot to have to move, but it's got to be done. Anyway, back to you.
He's probably riding around working today on this diesel wagon. Tell Mike hello right back. I appreciate it. I hope all is much as well. Hey, Doc.
Hold on just a momento, please. And, okay, go ahead.
DX, so happy I didn't know Oklahoma sign breaker record.
Yeah, I got it. I've got it. And, in fact, I'll send you some, I'll send you a link. It's just easier to do that. I'm not very good at multitasking. Bubblegum, that's one thing, but working with a keyboard and trying to talk, it doesn't work as well. Anyway, yeah, the microphone that I'm using is RE20. This is my second RE20. My other RE20, which is the older model, which was gray, this one's black. It's not a 320. It's an actual RE20. And that took a dump on me. It's like, God damn, what the hell's going on with my games and stuff, you know? It'd go drop down and come back. So I had to put that one to sleep, and I got this one. But I'll send you a link as soon as I look it up here.
While I'm
doing that, I'm gonna play what I recorded of you. My recordings are as wide as, you know, what I can hear. So you're a little bit monotone, but hey, man, I mean, it works. So here you go.
Compressor by Behringer or whatever. UM2. Because I'm what the heck is it? Like a something 1002 or something like that. I think it's digital. They're talking about analog and digital. And I was just wondering, what do you think about that?
Anyway, that should give you an idea as to it's monotone. You got a lot of low in there, but it's not bad. I mean, it's understandable. It obviously needs to be, you know, you need an audio curve, some type of EQ to kind of clear that up. But I mean, it's okay.
No contact on that transmission. Conductor. Be raw whiskey right to Oklahoma. My butt duck diesel truck, quack quack.
Yeah, roger that. But, you know, I'm full of shit. Obviously, I can't have any fun. You know, I got 2 toilet ticks in there, if you don't understand what a toilet tick is. You know, when you flush the toilet so many times and, you know, you got that little tick that stays in there, it doesn't go down the drain. That's what I got in here right now. They're hecklers. I just call them toilet ticks. They obviously can't, you know, talk anywhere else. They got to be right here, and they got to be the center of attention. So I'm going to go ahead and bail for now. Let me send this email back to you, and I'll get back on here a little bit later. This is KBJ. Hecklers, huh?
sons of bitches. Still haven't figured out, jealousy won't get you anywhere, so you're only wishing you had some audio and some equipment. Whatever. Anyways, Eddie, strap and signal up here most times. We'll be monitoring.
I'm running the Eagle now, Timberlord. I'm just a swinging. These meters are just a swinging. I don't know. They may not be swinging far enough. Watermelon now working the swinger. Okay, you have it now. I heard somebody say something about my Browning there. And then I got a bunch of terrible hash and trash in my receiver. I don't know what that is. Well, that's good. I was looking at my meter there, and you up there about the middle end. That's about as far as anybody gets on this whole thing. Roger, 10 pounds. With a little bit of wiggle there, sure enough. Anyway, sounds good, the old fishing pole. Is watermelon man again. I switched transmitters there and I got my old trusty out and I lined it up a little bit. Thank you for Kentucky. How you doing this fine morning?